Once you have all of your holes poked, you are ready to start binding. Go ahead and get a string color of your choice and get it about the length of your arm span. We will always need more string, and that's okay. There's a really easy way to add more. You don't need all of your string the first time around. Go ahead and thread your needle, and we're going to double layer this string. So what you're going to want to do is pull all the way through until the other end of the string meets. So you'll have a knot on one side and your needle on the other side. Go ahead and take those two strings together and carefully loop it around your finger until you have a knot on the end. Go ahead and take your scissors and cut the extra string off so it doesn't get tangled or in the way. During this binding process, two things. One, you need to make sure that your sketchbook is organized throughout. And two, we are starting from the back and working our way forward. So go ahead and get that last signature and your back cover, and you're gonna go ahead and open that signature and start at that very bottom hole that you poked. Pull all the way through, and that way your knot will be hidden inside that back signature. Loop out and over your cover, pull all the way through. Make sure to pull tight, line it up, loop around, and pull all the way through again. And then you're going back inside of your signature in that same hole that you just came out of. Go ahead and go in. Again, pull all the way through. You can't pull through at the end, so you always have to pull tight after every step. Go out the next hole and repeat that process. I'm closing my binding. I am going out and over, pulling all the way through, looping around that loop I just made, and then back in that same hole and repeating the process again. So you want to be strategic about where you finish your string. So two things. One, always make sure you're inside a signature when you're knotting. And two, I like to always have string through my signature to knot it easily that way. So I go through that string and pull tight, and I like to do it twice just to make sure it's nice and tight and nothing comes apart during the duration and life of my sketchbook. So loop it around again, pull through, and then I will cut my extra string. Now I'm going to go ahead and discard that extra string and thread my needle just like I did that first time around. Now that my string is rethreaded, I'm going to go ahead and go out to that hole that I would have gone out of if I had enough string, and I'm going to continue the process. I'm going to go out and over my cover, pull all the way through, loop around that loop I just created. However, I am not going back into that signature. I have now bound that cover and that signature, and those are done. So I'm going to go ahead and take my next signature and go right in there instead of going into my previous signature. I'm going to pull all the way through. Again, you need to pull all the way through after each step and go right back out that signature and pull all the way through. Now that I have the cover bound, I'm just binding my signatures together. I'm going down to that loop I just created, pulling all the way through and then going back inside my signature. I'm pulling around that loop and I'm not going back into that signature. That signature is done. So I'm taking my next signature, and instead of going into the previous one, I'm going into my new signature and starting the same process over. The largest mistake that I see students doing this stitch is that they go all the way down to the bottom when they loop around, when rather we just need to go down to that loop we just created. You're only going down one signature each time. So I'm going down to that loop I just made, going back into that signature and starting the process over. I'm going through that hole, down and around the previous loop I just made, and then back inside that same hole. Go ahead and repeat all of those steps on all of your signatures until you only have your cover remaining. Once you have bound all of your signatures, you're ready to stitch your cover. Go ahead and go out and over your cover, then loop around that loop you just created, and then you're going to go in your top signature. So your top signature will actually be stitched twice, and that is totally okay. And it looks like I will just be short on string to be able to finish my sketchbook, but that is okay. I will go inside my signature, I will knot it off just like I have been doing, and I'll get enough string just to finish that last part of my cover. And just like that, after all that hard work, you officially have your finished sketchbook.